Hey, it's Steve Ouimet. Today we're going to talk about Whole Lotta Love. And this song's been around with us for the last probably 53 years now. Crazy how time flies. I did a little bit of research. Well, I did a lot of research, as I always do when I try to match tones and get as close as I can to the original recording. Jimmy Page said a couple of years ago, I think he came out and said that he used a Vox Super Beetle amp with a Rickenbacker transonic cabinet, and I have neither of those. The Super Beetle was Vox's solid state amp, and he was using that, and the speakers, I believe, in the Rickenbacker cab were Altec 417s, or maybe they're not. I'm not sure, but he was always kind of elusive about how he recorded his sounds. One thing I do know is that he used his Les Paul, and so what I used for this recording was, this is my Tom Murphy painted but not aged Gibson R9 Les Paul 59 reissue. And most important part, pickups are Wolftone Dr. Vintage in the neck and a Marshall head in the bridge. And it kind of even looks like Jimmy's because I have this one uncovered. Key to the sound was the middle position. So if you watch It Might Get Loud, you'll see that Jimmy, he was using middle position when he played Whole Lotta Love and showed everybody that great technique about how he uses the two notes to play the D, so it sounds like you're kind of double tracking the notes. So that was what he was using for the amp. Now for the solo, I understand he was probably using his tone bender and a wah pedal. And I didn't use my tone bender because when I recorded this, I used a Dr. Robert pedal, which is a mimic of the Super Beetle amp. And I ran that into my Vox AC30 head. I don't use speakers when I record anymore, at least here in this studio, because I'd blow the windows out. So I've been using for the last few years a Universal Audio aux, and I love it. And while it isn't a totally purist way of going about it, I think we all can see the benefits of how you can, not blow the windows out and hear what it's going to sound like when you're recording. So that's what I did. I used the Dr. Robert pedal with this going into the AC30 normal channel clean. But for the solo, I found that when he kicks in the wah pedal, it was sort of collapsing, and I think it just didn't agree with the Dr. Robert pedal. So I used my wah pedal, which was kind of custom made for me with a bunch of vintage parts, but the sweep isn't exactly the same. So when Jimmy would play the solo, you can hear he kicks on the wah pedal and then he leaves it fixed pretty much in the push down position. So it gives you a really spiky mid-range. And I ran that wah pedal into my 1972 Marshall Super Lead. So not exactly the same, but I think the results came out very close. So that's how I got the tone. And I will leave a link so that you can download the files and take a listen to how they turned out on their own. So you can hear the solo and the rhythm files and, make your own decision on whether they're close or not. But I felt they were pretty close and had a great time doing it. So if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit subscribe or like, or both even. And I'll be back with more soon. Thanks so much.